Mystery Booster Convention Edition. This has been a long time coming. I know when they first did this, it was nowhere that I could get one. We had to settle for the retail version, but now we can get the convention edition, which comes with those really nice looking, fake made up card sort of things. So without further ado, let's open her up. This is why I like set boosters and things like that, because you get different stuff in it, right? You get fun stuff in them, you get extra stuff in them, and mystery boosters are that they scratch that same itch sort of thing, which is awesome. Let's slide it off to the side there. Yeah, just like that's pretty good. Now let's start cracking. Normally we crack the packs off camera, but maybe I'll crack them on camera just to see what we get. Slows down everything a little bit, but it is what it is. Let's get rid of the garbage though. Okay, let me remember how these go. So they're all over the place. These are the commons, so we can flip by commons, of course. It's not anything spectacular. Goblin Assault is an uncommon. Then we go back to common again. Yeah, I don't remember how this works. Fury Charm. More commons. Is this how this works? More commons. Another uncommon. Bounding Crassus, or Crasus. Tormod's Crypt. I think that's a decent card. Goblin Game. Each player hides at least one object, then each player reveals them simultaneously. Each player loses life equal to the number of objects he or she revealed. The player who reveals the fewest objects then loses half his or her life. Rounded up. If two or more players are tied for fewest, each loses half of their life rounded up. Whirl of Invention. And here is our Cyclopean Titan. When creature, zombie giant. When card name dies, 2 target lands become swamps. Exile card name. 3 and tap. Tap target creature, then return card name to its owner's hand. Does each one come with one of those test cards? The fake test cards? I don't know. These are fake test cards, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't think they're real. I think that was the joke of it, right? Or the fun part of it was that they were just fake test cards. None of these were actually ever going to be in a set. Reign of Thorns. Citadel Castellan. Pilgrim's Eye. Weatherland Wayfarer. Drana Calistria Bloodchief. Luvak the Aberrant. Legendary Creature Mutant. Protection from modified creatures. Modified creatures have a power, toughness, or ability different than their printed version. At the beginning of each player's end step, you may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature that player controls. If this was a real card, how would that interact with the, what's that one called? There was one where they misprinted it. Remember, it was like a 2/3 or a 3/2 and it was supposed to be a 2/2 or something like that. I wonder how they would see that interacting with it if you played that. Because that's, its actual power and toughness are different than printed. So, I don't know, actually. That's a good question, I think. Maybe one that never needs to be answered, but it is a good question nonetheless, I think. Oh, uncommon right away there. Trial of Evidence. Dream Cache. Oh, no, we're back to commons again. Duress. I love Duress. Everyone else hates it, but I love taking things out of people's hands. Genju of the Spires. Woodborne Behemoth, sorry, I always say that wrong for some reason. Broken Bond. Kosali Pride Mage, no, that's a common. Thran Golem. Ancient Ziggurat. Chasm Skulker. And Queue of Beetles. Creature, insect, haste. The stack is now first in, first out instead of last in, first out. The first spell or ability on the stack is the first one to resolve. Interesting. Oh, we got an uncommon right away. Felidar Umbra. Scab Goliath. All right, all the commons, lots of commons. Ancestral Mask. I think I bought that for one of my commander decks. I think it was for the, what's his name? Zur deck, maybe? Cultivate. Obelisk Spider. Blossoming Sand. Thieving Magpie. Is that uncommon? Yeah, that's uncommon. Evra Halcyon Witness. And Transcantation. Instant. Target instant or sorcery spell becomes a copy of Lightning Bolt. Its controller may choose new targets for it. That's very specific. It becomes a copy of a specific card. Oh, I see. That you use that defensively. Now I understand. Sorry, use it defensively to obviously turn someone else's, whatever their spell is, into Lightning Bolt. So it's like a red counter spell, sort of. Yeah, that kind of makes sense then. Dragon Breath. Yavima Sapherd. Oh, sorry, these are commons again. Lash Knife Barrier. Collective Brutality. Swarm of Locusts. Creature, insect locust, flying. Whenever card name attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each locust you control. Rivals Duel. Spider Spawning. Arkness Web. Unflinching Courage. Herald's Horn. Bear Cub. We got something for our bear deck. Champion of the Parish. Bear with Sets Mechanic. Creature, bear, vigilance, aggressive. During your turn, there's an additional combat phase after the first, and only creatures with aggressive may attack during it. Nice. 2 bears in that set. In that set, in that pack. Tectonic Rift. Shock. Turn Timber Basilisk. Longshot Squad. Riptide Crab, no common. Blighted Fen. Oh, our first mythic, Thrune the Last Troll. I have a Thrune commander deck, if I'm not mistaken. I actually wrote a story with Thrune in it. I believe it's on my YouTube channel. If it is, I'll put a link to it somewhere here. I think you can post that up. And you'll get to hear me read the Thrune story I wrote. Basically, the idea was you shuffle up your deck, you draw out 7 cards, and you play that. And playing those cards, you write a story based on them. It's kind of like a story prompt thing. It was really nice, actually. I thought it was a very decent story for the cards I got. Short, but a nice little story. Cauldron of Souls. And Sliv Mizzet Hivemind. Legendary creature, Dragon Sliver. Slivers you control have flying, and when you draw a card, this creature deals 1 damage to any target, and tap, draw a card. And then a bunch of math, which I am not going to go through. Someone said they opened 2 boxes of Mystery Boosters Convention Edition. They were identical boxes. I am getting 2 boxes of this, so I will let you know if they are. Mind you, they're from 2 different LGSs, so I doubt it. Fact or Fiction. Also, I don't know how accurate that was. Lord of the Accursed. Fires of Yavima. Yep. Yavimaya, sorry. Whisper Silk Cloak. Phyrexian Soulgorger. Hey, that's nice. Another mythic, and it is a mana crypt. Beautiful. That's a very nice thing to have. That's awesome. Very happy with that. I think I have, I'm done. I don't need to open anything else now in this box, I believe. Planequake, sorcery. Card name deals X damage to each creature without flying and each planeswalker. If X is 10 or more, open the Uncovered Cavern plot booster. Don't know what any of that means, actually. Oh, uncommon right away. Wing Shards. I've mentioned it before because I think I've gotten Wing Shards before. It looks a lot like that Pokemon Owl. I can't remember. Rowlet, maybe? He has a similar move to that, if I'm not mistaken, where he shoots basically sharp feathers out of his wings. Ooh, a lot of commons in this pack. Tatiova Benthic Druid. I think that was actually pretty good back in the Dominaria block, if I'm not mistaken. Hurricane. Ooh, double rare. Greenbelt Rampager. And Slivdrazi Monstrosity. Legendary creatures, Sliver Eldrazi. Eldrazi you control are slivers in addition to their other types. Slivers you control have Devoid and Annihilator 1. Pay 3 and create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Sliver creature token. It has sacrifice this creature, add colorless. Oh, that goes there. Oh, that is just a common there. Refurbish. Flash Freeze. Muldrifter, that's nice for the stall out. Was it a pauper deck? I think it's a pauper deck where you play your the Muldrifter's not the one. It's Reality Acid, where you try and get rid of your opponent's stuff with Reality Acid. But Muldrifter plays a key part in it that I never knew how to play. Actually, finally got to see a playthrough of it and understand how you use Muldrifter for the card draw, not actually to play him. Lure. Kin Tree Invocation. Bottle Gnomes, Draco, Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. Beautiful. He is in my Land Hate Commander deck, of course. But I had to buy him. I couldn't because I didn't have him at the time. The Grand Tour. Instant. Exile target permanent, then put it into its owner's hand. That player discards that card, then puts it on top of their library. Then they put it onto the battlefield. That is a very elaborate way to make something, I guess, flash or blink or whatever. But I guess if it's a token thing, then once it goes to their hand, it disappears. I don't know. Interesting. Promise of Boonrai. Some commons here. Smiting Helix. Ancient Grudge. Hulking Devil. Gift of Growth. Colossal Dreadmaw. All right, now I don't need to open any more packs. We got the Dreadmaw. We're good. Terminate. Flayer Husk. This is a lot of commons there. Crystal Shard. A Crow and Horse. And A Good Thing. Enchantment. Spells and abilities you control can't destroy, exile, target, or cause you to sacrifice card name. At the beginning of your upkeep, double your life total. Then, if you have 1,000 or more life, you lose the game. That's an interesting card, I guess. Sure, if I read it a bit more, I'd understand it even better, but whatever. We'll just go with it as is. So I wonder, because they couldn't run more in-person events, is that why this became available, this whole convention edition? Were they expecting to run more events over the past couple of years? Because they still have the 2019 copyright on them, right? Where did I just see that? Here, 2019, Wizards of the Coast, right? So they still got their 2019 copyright on it. I'm assuming that they were planning to run more events and that these would be available at those events. Obviously, without being able to run events, I guess might as well get it out to retail, right? Why wait any longer? Retreat to Emeria. Maybe they were hoping this year they'd be able to run more events, but obviously with COVID, I don't know, not gone yet, we're still stuck with all this, places that can't run events and stuff. Annihilate. Roast. Thrashing Brontodon. Prophetic Bolt. Crenellated Wall. Oh, that goes there. Tireless Tracker. Buried Ogre. Zombie Ogre. Creature Zombie Ogre. You may begin the game with card name in your graveyard. If you do, you lose 1 life. Probably one of the best artworks for Opt, I think. Just gorgeous. Well, that's a lot of commons there. Ooh, nearly an entire common pack. Vengeful Rebirth. Yep, there's more commons. Violent Ultimatum. Nin the Pain Artist. And Jasconian Isle. Land creature, island fish. Card name isn't a spell. It's affected by Summoning Sickness. It's blue and it has tap, add a blue. Card name enters the battlefield tapped. Card name doesn't untap during your untap step. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay double blue. If you do, untap card name. Interesting. It's a 3/4 island fish creature thingamajig. Alrighty. Let's get through these guys and get to our more commons than anything else. There we are, finally. Reliquary Tower. Sure, okay. It's an uncommon at least. Sapphire Charm. I believe that's common, right? I can't really tell. Yeah, that's not a colored one. Boom Pile. Abian Luvian Usurper. Legendary Planeswalker. Abian. As card name enters the battlefield, you become Abian. Your life total becomes equal to their loyalty. You can activate the loyalty abilities by spending or gaining life. +3, discard your hand, then draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. +1, create a 3/2 red and green spirit creature token. -X, you deal X damage to any target. So your life total would become 5, which sucks unless your life total is less than 5. Or I guess 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess if your life total is less than 8, you play it and then +3 it, right, to get that life, I guess. I feel like I haven't played in so long, I don't even know exactly what to do anymore in a game of Magic. You know, Arena does everything for you, so that kind of gets that. Flame Jab. Some more commons. Oh, what set is that? I don't know that set symbol. Invigorate. High Spire Mantis. Filigree Familiar. Centaur Glade. Angel of the Dire Hour. And Noxious Bayou. Add black or green, you get a poison counter. Tap to add black or green, and you get a poison counter. Oh, it doesn't enter tapped. I guess that's why it's beneficial, in a way. Sylvian Scrying. Gore Clan Rampager. Thought Vessel. Oh, Thought Vessel was there. Exsanguinate. Deadly Tempest. And a Red Herring. Creature, fish. Exchange card name from your hand with a permanent you control on the battlefield or a spell you control on the stack. If that permanent or spell was the target of a spell or ability, change that target to card name. That's funny. That's a funny name for it too, Red Herring. I like that. Again, it's like a, well, I guess it's not really. It's it is a red spell, but the blue is what makes you do the counter magic type stuff with it. So it is meant for an Izzet deck. Tybalt's Rager. Palaka Worm. I used to love Palaka Worm. That was in my graveyard recursion deck, I guess. Yeah, because you would discard or sack it, or yeah, would discard it and then pull it back with something that was a lot cheaper than what is that? 7. That was a lot cheaper than 7, and you keep gaining the life. It really kept me in a lot of games. Woolly Thoktar. Ash Barrens, Oracle of Nectars, Prey Caesar Dragon, and Squidnapper. Creature, Squid Pirate. When card name enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until card name leaves the battlefield or that player pays the ransom. Ransom is 6 and 2 life. I like that kind of thing, ransom. I wonder if that is gonna, maybe it is a thing, just not called ransom, but that seems like an interesting, tactic or whatever you want to call it for the game. Not tactic, what's the word I'm looking for? An interesting part of the game, an interesting thing, sure. Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. And we got a bunch more commons. They're really hard to do pack openings when they're all mixed in like this. Shambling Remains. I haven't seen that one before. Cold Steel Heart. Hypnotic Spectre. Krenko, Mob Boss. Blood Poet. Creature, Vampire Cleric. Spark. Activate Spark abilities by spending or giving yourself Spark counters. Activate only 1 Spark ability per turn and only as a sorcery. +1. Card name gains lifelink until end of turn. -3. Target opponent discards a card. You gain life equal to its CMC. Converted mana cost, sorry. So that was before they called it mana value. So yeah, these are old prints, which I guess they were planning to use at a convention if we were able to go back to conventions worldwide, which unfortunately we're not. Not everywhere, at least. Stagger Shock. Wrath Caption Ship's Mage. Wrath Caption, right, that was it. Capuchin, sorry. Mortar Pod, Archangel. That's some beautiful artwork. Reminds me of Barry Windsor Smith style art, if anyone's a comic fan. Sorry, that was there. Rune Scarred Demon, and Frogkin Kidnapper. Creature Frog Rogue. When card name enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from it. Ransom that card. Exile it. Its owner may pay 3 at any time to return it to their hand. So there's another ransom card. Maybe that was a thing they were working on and never did. I don't know. Light Form. Right off the bat, a nice, an uncommon, I should say. Not a nice, but uncommon at least. Reckless Spite. Inquisition of Kozilek. Oh, here's all the comments. Never mind. They just hit him further down. Belligerent Brontodon. Diamond Mare. Sadistic Hypnotist. Mystic Confluence. I think Mystic Confluence is a nice card. The name sounds familiar. 5 Kids in a Trench Coat. There is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Creature Human Citizen. Card name counts as 5 creatures for spells and effects that count the number of creatures you control. Obviously, that is not a long-term name choice, if that ever became a card. 5 Kids in a Trench Coat. Funny, though. Maybe for an unset. Ooh, a lot of commons there. Naya Charm. Benefic Infiltrator. Mana Tithe. I love this. I love the white counterspell. Just because I guess it is expected. People do know it exists, but I think I used one once when I played in a tournament once, and people were like, what? Because they weren't expecting it, right? I think it was actually in that Acid, Reality Acid deck, I think, if memory serves, because I think that's a white-green deck, I think. Birds of Paradise, white-blue, I mean, sorry, white-blue, Azorius or whatever. Birds of Paradise. And How to Keep an Izzet Mage Busy. Can we make it arcane, it says on it. Sorcery. Return card name to its owner's hand. Oh boy, 3 packs left, guys. I'd say let's hope for something good, but we already got our Mana Crypt there, so I don't think there's anything we're missing here that we're waiting on to make this box worthwhile. Volcanic Dragon, Mog Fanatic, Esper Charm, Consulate Dreadnought, Sorin Markov. There is another mythic, and it is a walker. Beautiful. People love Sorin, don't they? Odric Lunarch Marshal. You're in command. Sorcery. Choose target creature you own and control. That creature becomes your commander. Any other commanders you have are no longer your commander. That creature starts with a commander tax of 0. Cool. I guess it doesn't say anything about legendary, but I'm assuming that would change it. That doesn't need to be legendary because it just says choose any creature. I guess that supersedes the legendary requirement, I would assume. Fiend Hunter. Crashing Time. Actually, that works for, yeah, if there's a non-legendary creature you want to make, yeah, well, anyways, they're not playable, so that's not a thing, really, obviously. Fretwork Colony. Seal of Doom. Monastery Swift Spear. Explosive Vegetation. Baleful Strix. Sunset Pyramid. Greater Gargadon. Trading Post. And Personal Decoy. Planeswalker Duck. Card name enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on it equal to your life total. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. You can't be attacked. +1, you gain 1 life. -4, draw a card. That's cool. That's the second Planeswalker that is related to your life total. I kind of like that. I think that's a neat little mechanic. I wonder why they didn't pursue that further. I guess in playtesting it was not good. It's the only guess I could make. Breeding Pit. Mist Meadow Witch. Luxodon Warhammer. Wargate. Alhamaret's Archive. Another mythic card. And Bucket List. Enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell of a type shown on card name, put a counter over that type Put a counter over that type and draw a card. If all 5 types on card name have counters over them, sacrifice it and draw 1 more card. Artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, sorcery. That's interesting, actually. I think there was a unset card that was very similar to that. So that is my Mystery Booster Convention Edition box. One of 2, actually. There is a second one coming. Maybe this weekend or something. Our mythics were Alhamaret's Archive, Soren Markov, Kiki Jiki Mirrored Breaker, Mana Crypt, and Thrun. So that Mana Crypt clearly is the winner of this box opening. However, I do believe, where'd it go? The Bear with Sets mechanic, and if I can find it in my commons here, dig down in this pile without dropping them everywhere. That wouldn't be good. Somewhere in here is another, where'd it go? Where'd the bear go? There was a bear in here, I swear. There it is, Bear Cub. So, as some of you know, I am building a all-bear commander deck that will have bears in the name, creature type, text, or artwork. Obviously, I cannot play this one, honestly, but I can put Bear Cub in there now. So that's something. Oh, why am I stacking that one there? That goes there. Thank you all for watching. Check out my other videos to see the other pack openings of Magic the Gathering, Flesh and Blood, Genesis Battle of Champions, and MetaZoo. Obviously, MetaZoo has just come out, so there's nothing for a little while. Flesh and Blood is coming out, I think, soon, sometime in September, as well as another Magic set will be coming out then. And actually, I believe today, Friday, this is probably going up tomorrow though, so yesterday, was the release date of Jalara 2nd Edition from Genesis Battle of Champions. So that should be coming to your eyeballs pretty soon. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye.